Hey guys, Shane here. I'm going to do this video today and talk about the Ontario Rat 1. This is a very old design, guys. This knife has been around forever. However, I had not experienced one. I owned an SC Avispa that I wasn't a huge fan of, but I've since gifted it to a good friend who hard uses it all the time. I get it back about once a month for a sharpening, and he absolutely loves it. Um, and on a whim, I thought, you know what? How can I say that I collect knives and I've never owned a Rat 1? So I ordered it. I I thought I was going to have to force myself to carry this thing uh, just so that I could get a decent opinion on it. However, after just the first day, uh, I was no longer having to force myself. It was an absolute pleasure to carry, to use. And I will admit, I did change the factory edge bevel. Um, I did put about 1,000 grit edge on it. And I will say this, it did not come with the greatest edge. If you judge this knife out of the box off the edge it comes with, it's only going to be mediocre. That being said, what I wanted to talk about today was why I feel like this knife is still so, and maybe even more important today than it was even years ago. Um, this knife represents a lot of things to me, and one of them is the almost dishonest hype train that uh, that knife and knife content, or especially YouTube content, has created. And we're all being told every 4 to 5 days when a new Chinese budget knife drops that it's the greatest thing ever. It's the knife of the year. It's excellent. You got to have it. And I think this thing proves that you don't. Um, and I'll give you a few reasons why. One, it's built like a tank. Um, Two, the ergos are absolutely excellent. I know what you're thinking. I can't believe you haven't moved that clip yet. However, I left the clip where it's at for a reason. I want to see if I actually notice a difference between tip up and tip down carry. I'll give you a hint. After about a week of carry, I've noticed zero difference. Um, so, the people that tell you tip down is stupid, whatever. I enjoy there being an option, but there's nothing wrong with tip down, guys. That's just that's something we made up to to judge knives by or make fun of them by. The steel. This knife comes in two different steel choices. It comes in AUS 8 or D2. This kind of was the knife that started the whole D2 rage. People, just kept on and kept on at Ontario wanting D2, so they did it. They put D2 out there. What happened? Um, it doesn't perform as good as the AUS 8. Um, that being said, I haven't seen any budget knives with I'll just say this, any budget Chinese knives with D2 that do outcut this thing. You can go to Outpost 76's edge retention charts, and not only does this smoke most of the D2 that's on there, it smokes a lot of high-end steels that we're paying two, three, $400 for, and that's just embarrassing. That is the way it is because of people getting on YouTube or on the internet, on Instagram, telling you what they think you want to hear so that you'll buy a knife so that they'll get their little affiliate link cut. I'm not going to do that here, guys. I'm just going to call it like it is. In that test, this knife between its fine edge retention and its working edge retention cut well over 300 feet. Guys, that's a football field of cardboard before it would no longer cleanly cut paper. That's perfectly acceptable performance. In my opinion, that's acceptable performance for a $150 knife. However, this knife can be bought on Amazon for anywhere from, I've seen it, $27 to $35. So, like I said, the ergos are perfect. The blade steel is perfectly acceptable. Don't listen to what uh, bullshit hot train YouTube channels tell you. This knife and in this steel probably outcuts the majority of what they own. That's just the truth. I posted the edge retention test charts on my Instagram because people are having issues accessing it from Gerald's website. So go to my Instagram, and it's posted on there in two parts. Part one being the fine edge cutting, and part two being the working edge. Just so that you know, fine edge is how many foot of cardboard it cut before it would no longer shave hair, and the working edge He continues after that until it no longer cleanly cuts paper. As you can see, this knife will easily shave hair. That is, like I said, that is not the edge that it came with. I did refine the edge on it, and I haven't had to touch it since. So, guys, if you're new to knife collecting, if you need to know anything about knives, there's tons of information on YouTube. However, there's a lot of hype being created to push the sales of knives that guys are promoting for particular companies. So, you can't pay attention to all of it, man. Some of it's just pure hype. Some of it's just pure dishonesty. This is in my opinion, still the best work knife that a man can buy. And if you do happen to break it, lose it, whatever, even if you didn't like it, you didn't spend enough money that it's going to hurt you. So, yeah, I firmly do believe that the Ontario Knife Company Rat One NOS 8 is still the GOAT of budget blades. I don't think you can beat it for the money. I'll take that back. I firmly believe you can't beat it for the money, and I give it a thumbs up. I recommend it 100%. So you guys know that I appreciate any amount of time y'all spend with me. That's all I got for you today. Peace. Love y'all.